Good morning, students. Today we will learn History, Chapter 1, The Rise of Nationalism in Europe, Part 3. In the previous class, we discussed about liberal nationalism. Today we will learn conservatism, Treaty of Vienna, and the revolutionaries. We will start with the first subtopic, explaining about a new conservatism after 1815. Conservatism was adopted by the European government after defeating Napoleon in 1815. They favored it to preserve the established traditional institutions of state and society like monarchy, church, social hierarchies, property, and family. Conservatism is a political philosophy that stressed on tradition and customs and prefer a gradual change, not a drastic change. It means containing or maintaining the culture and tradition along with modernity. So bringing in modernization was one of the aspects. As per conservatives, the change would be gradual, not a drastic change. The idea was, along with the modernization, to maintain the tradition and culture. Conservatives began to believe that aristocratic monarchies of Europe too would be strengthened from a modern army, an efficient bureaucracy, a dynamic economy, and the abolition of feudalism and serfdom. The next slide is explaining about the major proposals of Vienna Congress. The Treaty of Vienna. Treaty of Vienna in 1815 was made by the representatives of Britain, Russia, Prussia, and Austria. They are the powers which had collectively defeated Napoleon, and the Treaty of Vienna was hosted by Austrian Chancellor Duke Metternich. The main objective of the Treaty of 1815 was to cancel most of the changes that had come about in Europe during the Napoleonic Wars. It sought to maintain a balance of power in Europe so as to prevent any one power from dominating a large area in Europe. The outcomes of the Treaty of Vienna. The first and the foremost outcome of the Treaty of Vienna was the delegates who assembled to sign the Treaty of Vienna decided to restore the Bourbon dynasty in France that had been overthrown by Napoleon. It created a new conservative order in Europe. The territories annexed by Napoleon were taken back from France. The next is a series of strong states were set up on the boundaries of France to prevent the expansion of France in future. Kingdom of Netherlands, which included Belgium, was set up in the north. Genoa was added to the Piedmont in the south. Along with Saxony, some of the new territories were given to Prussia on its western frontiers. Austria got the control of northern Italy, and Russia got the control of Poland. This slide is explaining about the changes brought by conservatism. During the years following 1815, the conservative regimes began curbing activities that questioned the authority of the autocratic government in Europe. Criticism and dissent was not tolerated. Dissent means disagreement. Censorship was imposed to control the spread of the ideas like liberty and freedom. Freedom of expression was curbed as thinkers were not allowed to raise their views. The liberal nationalists, inspired by French Revolution, began to carry their opposition secretly and formed secret societies to spread the ideas of nationalism and train the revolutionaries. The next slide is explaining about the revolutionaries, specifically the contribution of Giuseppe Mazzini. To be a revolutionary in the years following 1815 meant commitment to oppose monarchical forms established after the Congress of Vienna, and to fight for liberty and freedom, and to work towards creation of nation states. To gain these goals, secret societies sprang up during the years following 1815. Giuseppe Mazzini was an Italian revolutionary born in Genoa in 1807 and became member of Carbonari secret society. He was exiled in the year 1831, attempting a revolution in Liguria, and he formed two important societies, Young Italy in Marseille and Young Europe in Bern, when the like-minded people from Poland, Italy, France, and the German states were the members. When he was forming these societies, he explained that God was intended nations to have natural boundaries, and those should be maintained by the mankind, and Italy worked together for a unified system. His idea was working for the unification of Italy. He opposed monarchy and supported the vision of democratic republic. Following his model, secret societies were set up in Germany, France, Switzerland, and Poland. Mazzini's relentless opposition to monarchy and his vision of democratic republics frightened the conservatives. Duke Metternich described Mazzini as the most dangerous enemy of the conservative social order, because Mazzini's consistent opposition to monarchy and his vision of democratic republics frightened the conservatives. Giuseppe Mazzini relentlessly worked for a unified Italian republic. By this, we covered the second subtopic of this chapter, the making of nationalism in Europe. Now let's have a quick recap of today's class. Today we learned about a new conservatism after 1815. In 1815, European governments were driven by a spirit of conservatism. Conservatives believed in monarchy, the church, social hierarchies, property, and that the family should be preserved. A modern army, an efficient bureaucracy, and a dynamic economy, the abolition of feudalism and serfdom could strengthen the autocratic monarchies of Europe. In 1815, representatives of European powers, Britain, Russia, Prussia, and Austria, met in Vienna to draw up a settlement for Europe. The Bourbon dynasty was restored to power, and France lost the territories it had annexed under Napoleon. The major issues taken up by the liberal nationalists who criticized the new conservative order was the freedom of the press. Then finally we learned about the revolutionaries. There specifically we learned about the contribution of Giuseppe Mazzini. In 1815, secret societies were formed in many European states to train revolutionaries and spread their ideas. Revolutionary opposed monarchical forms and fight for liberty and freedom. The Italian revolutionary Giuseppe Mazzini, born in Genoa in 1807 and founded two underground societies, the Young Italy and the Young Europe. Young Italy in Marseille, and secondly he found Young Europe in Bern, and whose members were the like-minded young men from Poland, Italy, France, and the German states. By this we concluded the second part of the rise of nationalism in Europe. If you have any doubts related to this chapter, you can mail to gmcsonlinequeries@gmail.com. Thank you, students. Have a good day ahead.